constructor title fights, and in TGT they are also in the in the fight for being the constructor champions.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. And by the way, that's how I also discovered that you were racing in there. I saw Zero Alexander, I was like, oh, I think I know her.
Yeah, I wanted to race in the full season of TGT as well, but it just didn't work out.
I don't know if I would be able to race in multiple championships. I would find it a bit tiring at some points. Like you don't have any time to rest or just train a lot for a race, because when you end one, you just go jump for the other one. Racing in other games just for fun is is good, because you get to gain experience and enjoy racing just for racing.
Yeah.
But then if you have a championship going on, you're also thinking that you can train for your next race, which I'm only doing with Paul Ricard.
Yeah. See, I like doing that, but I also have the time to. That's why I have V-Track, but I also, after this, I have my very first endurance race tomorrow. I have a 12-hour, or the day after V-Track. I have a 12-hour race around Spa, so. But, I mean, like, I'm always racing. It is like to me, it's my life, but for other people, if it's just a hobby, I can understand that too. I mean, the point is to have fun. So if if you're gonna risk, burning yourself out, it's not worth it to try and do too much. For me, it's different because it's my job, it's my life, it's what I want to build my future into. So for me, spending 8 to 10 hours a day racing, even out with league races and iRacing officials and stuff. To me, it's just like a job, putting in a shift at a job. I'm training not just for individual races, but for my entire future. So, but it's not always that way for everyone. So,
yeah, I get that. I'm just training for just for training, because I like achieving things that I think rewards me in some kind of way. But I know that at some points I won't have time anymore, because I would have like to work or some things like that, and then I would have a lot less time. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just I know that if I don't race like I'm doing right now until I don't have the time anymore, then I will think that I wasted the time for nothing. it's been a while since I drove with full tank on a track, and I'm having so many difficulties right now.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to do, especially when your car's heavy and your tires are cold.
They're
Oh,
right now they're pretty fine. They are their big performance, but yeah, at some point when my tank will be at half, they will cry for help, I think.
yeah. I always. What I always do in practice is I fuel up the car the exact amount that I'm going to run during the race. And I do all my practice on race fuel.
Yeah,
So that whether the car is at its heaviest or at its lightest, I know how the car is going to feel during the whole race. So I can prepare for it. I don't usually do qualifying practice because that only helps you during qualifying. I focus on the race.
yeah. I'm trying to do everything in some kind of way because I want to know how the car will react in quali mode. I want to know how the car will react in the first stint, in the first stint, and then I want to know how the car will do in the last stint. So I'm I'm just taking time to understand everything about it, and then I'm just putting on the laps because my my brain is a bit weird, and when I do a better lap than my best one, then I know how to just do it again and again. So I'm so yeah, and basically I'm just training a lot in quali mode, but I do race mode sometimes.
Oh yeah. You you do things more thoroughly than even I do.
Yeah,
So but everyone has their own routine. Everyone
yeah,
practices a little bit differently, and hey, what matters is if it works.
it works. Yeah,
Yeah. So
if it works, it works. Don't have to change
yeah.
anything.
Oh, that's that's pretty much like it how I feel. Like the way that I practice helped me to be a champion. So I'm just gonna do the
The
same thing
same.
again, but I'm not practicing nearly as much as I did last season. But the reason for that is I'm trying to make sure that my practice is effective. That I actually make sure that I'm getting fully focused practice where I actually learn something instead of just mindlessly turning hot laps, basically.
Yeah, that's why in some way I'm the opposite of you because I just do laps and laps, and when I find a bit of pace somewhere, I'm just doing it again.
Yeah, but that works for you, and that goes back to what we were saying that everyone practices in their
Yeah,
own way. Everybody has something that works for them, so there's no there's no wrong answer. It's just hey, this is how I practice, this is how you practice, and this is what's similar, this is what's different, you know.
And justify the way.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's a discussion I had
Mostly
with
this.
yeah. No, that's a
Go ahead.
discussion I had with someone in Oreo. He was like the to go fast. I was like, do you have any like tips for going faster in Brands Hatch when it was Brands? And he was like, yeah, you can take go setups and get their labs explanation. And I was like, I don't like that because I yeah, okay, I know what to do, but I'm not gonna do it because because I didn't do it. And it was like it's like reading an open book, and I was like, but hey, but if I don't wrote the book, then I don't know what it's about.
Exactly. Yeah, for me, I find that like asking people for advice and like watching like hot laps to see what they do, it can help, but honestly, the best way I learn is just by going out there and driving and figuring it out. Like I'm a learn by feel kind of person. I don't want to know what it looks like or what it should be when I go through this corner. I want corner correctly or take like go fast. I want to feel what it's like and be able to replicate that feeling over the course of the whole race. Like that is the goal. So,
Yeah, I get that.
especially with the Mustang because this thing is a tank, so
Mhm,
everything is feel.
mhm. I mean, at least I don't think there's anyone that wants to go too hard on your car.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because last time I was in the pits, I saw I had a message from Neko Kitten, my teammate from last season, and you know David's teammate this season.
Yeah.
And they said, by the way, I just tried your Mustang, and how do you get that tank around corners?
Mhm. Well, you just you just tried.
I mean, yeah, what I say is like the reason that I've been able to do so well with the Mustang is because when I decided what GT3 car I was gonna drive, I only drive the Mustang. So the way that I learned how to drive GT3 cars in general and approach these races was always with the Mustang.
Yeah,
So
it's like
I'm used to driving it, but if I drive like a car that's radically different, like say the NSX, it's a lot more difficult for me to drive because I'm so used to the heavy front end of the Mustang.
yeah, it's like for me with the BM. I only know how to drive the BM because I drive the BM and I don't try another car.
Oh
I
my
I
gosh,
tried
I'm
them
gonna
in
set a
LA.
new personal best. Look at this. My
Oh,
first 155. Let's go.
let's go.
I did it.
I, I think there's some like silver drivers that don't do these kinds of lap, honestly.
And then